is about to sit down for a half-hour interview. All the coaches were going to get interviewed.
Yep.
They're all available. And right on schedule, the little bombshell drops on Twitter. It was a big bombshell from Lamar about I demanded or requested a trade, blah, 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 all the tweets.
Mm-hmm.
And Jarrett Bell wrote in today's USA Today, what a trap. Jackson locked in a contract stalemate with the Ravens and apparently attracting little, if any, interest in the market, decided to put the coach on the spot by dropping the bomb when Harbaugh had no choice but to publicly address the matter in the moment. Well, I love Jarrett Bell. Know him well, worked with him. But again, his first line was, what a trap. No, the trap is for Lamar. He's the one in the trap.
He's ensnared in it,
okay,
correct.
This was the first smart move that he made PR-wise because he on something of a spot. And predictably, John handled it just fine. I love Lamar. I love Todd Monken. We got a new coordinator.
Right.
We're onward and upward. We're full speed ahead.
We're in the lab right now.
Yeah. Jump on the train, Lamar. We're waiting for you to jump on the train. Well, it's beautiful, and he kind of put the ball right back in Lamar's court.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's look at the bigger picture. What do we have here? Nobody knows the Ravens any better than the man sitting across from me. How are they regarded around the league? They're top-notch, first-rate, top drawer, class of the league, tradition, dignity. They do things the right way, right?
When they dig in,
okay.
I mean, you saw with Ed Reed.
I got it.
Ed Reed wanted a couple of $100,000. I just said, okay, this is where we'll go. If you can get more than that, you have our blessings.
Okay.
When Ray Lewis wanted his big money, they say, this is where we'll go. Okay. If you get more than that somewhere else, you have our blessings. I hate to say this, I can't even remember those impasses. I can't remember because I know how respected John Harbaugh is. I know how respected Ozzie Newsome is because he's at the top of my list, and you know him as well as anybody. What about, you remember Terrell Suggs?
Yes, I do.
With the Arizona Cardinals?
I do.
You remember Ed Reed going to the Houston Texans and finishing with the Jets?
That they just dig in and they do business.
Thank you.
Okay. I got it. But the rest of the league is saying, wait a second. Lamar fell completely apart with that franchise. It's hard for people to process that. And then they're saying, wait a second. Lamar, the last 2 years, he finished the 21 season. He missed the last 4 games. And last year, he missed the last 6 games. Mm-hmm. I think he chose to miss the last 6 because I think he could have played, but he was, as they say, holding in instead of holding out.
Good.
And you were the first one to say, don't risk.
Nope.
Don't play.
No.
Okay, but the league is looking at, man, he can't even finish the seasons, and I'm going to give him $230 guaranteed million? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And then they're looking at the money on the table. $44 million is on the table. Again, Lamar acknowledged that it's sitting there for him to, and I assume it's guaranteed, the 133 for 3 years.
Right.
And the league is saying, man, this is maybe too rich for our blood. And then I'm going to bring up, if I can find it here, let me see if I can find this over here. The tweet, remember this? It's just a bad idea. I know how these people think. I know because I've been doing this for a long time. Remember the tweet, I'm going back a little ways, where he didn't play great against Jacksonville. They blew a lead at home. And Lamar responds on Twitter to somebody, just some guy, who tweeted, when someone is asking for over $250 million guaranteed, games like this should not come down to Justin Tucker. Let Lamar walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team. Okay, that's one guy's, one nobody's opinion.
But Skip, I mean, it wasn't that harsh. He didn't like, Lamar Jackson, you a bum. You're not even worth that.
He didn't say he was a bum.
Yes.
Lamar immediately fired right back at him on Twitter, posted for all to see, boy, STFU, and you know what that stands for. Y'all be capping too much on this app, MF. Never smelt a football field, never did SH, but eat, you know what. It's just so beneath his dignity. He is the face of this franchise. He wants $230 guaranteed million from somebody out there on the open market. Bring me in. I'm going to be your face of the franchise, and I'm going to take you to a Super Bowl. And they see this and say, man, I don't know if we want this. Are we going to risk? Are we going to give him this much money when he goes off loose cannon on people on Twitter? Okay, I still believe in him. I still love him. I know how to think with these things. You have to step up. You have to look through all the smoke, all the bad blood that's dripping all over everywhere, and say, wait a second, what is he? He's 26 years of age.
Right.
He's an MVP. He's a dart thrower. He led the league in touchdown passes the year he won MVP. He went and won a playoff game at Tennessee, so we know he's capable of doing that. Can he stay healthy? Yeah, he can. He'll stay as healthy as any. They all get beat up and banged up.
But Skip, doesn't this tell you what the other teams around the league think of Lamar Jackson?
Yep.
Because there was no hesitation to give up the first-round picks and a player, a quarterback that was the #1 overall pick in Jared Goff, that the Rams gave up to get Matthew Stafford.
They jumped.
We've seen, Skip, we've seen it. When a team wants said player, they'll go and get him.
So, well, look, obviously, if right now, if Patrick Mahomes suddenly was available for 2 firsts,
they give up free.
They'd give up whatever.
And how much you want? How many guaranteed? $300 million? Done.
Done. Joe Burrow, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Name them.
Yes.
Josh Allen, probably the same. Herbert, probably the same.
But
maybe not quite what these guys are.
But I think the thing is for you and I.
Yeah.
The way we look at Lamar and the way the other 31 teams look at Lamar, Skip, I think it's different. And I think fans around the country are starting to see that he's not revered around the league. Yes, Skip, he's a dynamic player. We can't take that. He won the MVP. But, he's won the MVP. Now we got to project forward. We're giving you $230+ million based on what we believe you'll do, not what you've done. What you've done, that's on your resume. The All-Pro, the MVP, I think was he the #1 player overall in the top 100?
Yep.
That's done.
Done.
Okay, now moving forward, 2023, let's just say a 5-year deal, 2023 to 2027. What do we expect Lamar? The last 2 years, Skip, he's missed 10 games. That's 5 games a season. Is this a trend? Or are we going to continue to miss 5 games, basically average 5 games a season?
I say no.
Because they got to factor, Skip, we got to factor all that in. If we giving you guaranteed money, Skip, $45, $50 million a year, you know the salaries are going north of 50. I believe Burrow and Herbert, these guys is going. Jalen Hurts is up. So, Skip.
And they say they're going to address that in short order.
They got to.
And they will.
The sooner the better.
Yep.
The sooner the better.
All right. So I hate to say it, but I fear Lamar is in a situation in which he's going to have to, quote unquote, settle for what's on the table from Baltimore. But here's my question. He is such a proud competitor, and his feelings are so hurt to the point, and you'll think this is a ridiculous cliche to use, I think his heart is broken by the Baltimore Ravens.
Sure.
I think it's so broken that he would have a hard time dredging up the emotion required to go back in there for 3 years, 133. Again, it's really good money, but it's not what he wanted.
Right.
It's not what he believes he is worth to this franchise, what he has earned and what he will continue to earn.
And the thing was, Skip, if you have an agent, they shield your ears from all of this.
All right.
You hearing it firsthand from DeCosta or
we didn't
Steve
bring
Bisciotti.
up he hasn't had an agent.
So, Skip, so you don't get to get shielded from nothing.
Yeah.
It's from their mouth to your ears, no intermediary. And I get on the Skip, okay, you saved 3%, so you'll save whatever might be $6 to $10 million.
It would be. Yeah.
But look where we are.
Mm-hmm. It was money that would have been well spent to get you where you needed to be, because as well as you play the game on the field, you still have to learn how to play it off.
Right.
You have to play it the correct way, and you need some advice because it's not what you were born to do.
I think the thing is, Skip, if he's totally free and he wants to do it himself, that's one thing. That's something totally different. Because, Skip, guess what? They'll reach out to you and you get on the plane and go board. But you have the tag. Mm-hmm. I believe it's most beneficial if you have an agent or a representative that can work behind the scenes.
This requires navigation. It requires back channels. There's no front channel to be. It's not the avenue. You're not free.
No.
You have to go behind the scenes. This is where you had 2 big opportunities. You had a combine and you have a league meetings in Phoenix at the Biltmore.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You needed to have a representative on site to be back channeling lunch, dinner, drinks.
That's how it works.
Right?
Yep. That's how deals get done.
Okay. All right.
The Matthew Stafford deal got done at the combine. That's how it got done.
Yeah. I got it. Wait, you'd really think about giving up Matthew Stafford?
2 first rounders and Jared Goff?
Jared Goff?
Really?
Really? Okay.
Okay. Right. Let me go back to Stan Kroenke and see what he thinks about this.
Let's go see what we got, and then let's make sure.
Okay.
Would Matt Stafford be on board? Yeah, he's
Yes.
on board. Okay, well, let's go.
And see, like I said, Skip, if you're free, you see people like, I think Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman did his deal, but Richard Sherman was free. Bobby Wagner did his deal when he went back.